Hey, Barb.
Days. God damn. You guys are dope, dope, dope. Thank you. That was 201 pumps. All nasal
I got
breathing.
our friend Leo Sitso up.
100 with a squat chaser until my legs turned to jelly. And then I did 10, 5 pumps with a rocking chair. Also all nasal just for good measure.
Let's
And
see.
kudos to you. Thank you guys. Shoulders fucked up, pain, but we did it.
I'm getting my desktop up
Great
so that I can follow the conversation a little easier.
You know what? I fucking love it.
Leradox is here, or he was here. Leradox, how are you?
From the get-go, you were here. Thank you, brother.
Leradox says, guys, I'm back to real life videos on my YouTube channel. What do you mean by
Mr. Sir, who inspired me to do this in the beginning.
YouTube?
You already know how I feel about you, sir. Fucking Yogi. Start doing it, yeah, man. Everyone should at least try the nasal breathing one time. If it's not for you, then go back to normal, but give it a shot.
So, sorry guys. I got
Burpee world, I like it. Shit, I'm gonna keep training for it. Fuck it, I wish I did 205 pumps all nasal so far.
hold on guys.
I'm pretty sure I can keep going, so we'll see how much I can do.
I'm following along with Leo Sitsu.
Mr. Jose, thank you. Fucking goat, man, thank you. Them legs are, yeah, man, you already saw my legs was jelly, dude. I feel like a goddamn PB.
There we go. Sorry guys, hold on. I keep saying hold on. There we go. Now I'm set. I was distracted for a good cause. I was distracted because I was cheering on our friend Leo Sitso, who was doing nasal breathing burpees. He got 200 reps. Man, these guys work hard. Inspires me to see him go. Barb says, hey everyone, thumbs up for Yogi. Thank you for that. Blessings and hugs. It is a gesture of goodwill. So pass it forward. Very much appreciate that. Barb says, each day brings more problems or blessings. I want to thank each of you for your support in my time of struggle. God bless each of you. God bless you as well, my friend. We are there for you. Nothing but love, nothing but prayers. So, what do you guys want to talk about? I'm wondering, Leo, Leradox, what do you mean by back to real life videos on his YouTube channel? Let's see. Hey, Pedo, did I say that right? Can you sing a song for us? Your voice must be incredible. My voice is not incredible. My voice is not all that great, singing-wise. Not a whole lot of difference between my talking voice and my singing voice, to be honest with you. I appreciate the faith. Casey Jones says, you read all those books? I have not read all those books. I've read probably 95% of all those books. This is just a little, we got more over here. And I got even more in the next room. This is small compared to what we have throughout the house. I read a lot. I read every day. I haven't read all the books, but I'd like to think, I'm optimistic. I'd like to think that I will get a chance to read all of them. Some books, you start for whatever reason you put aside. Some books you don't even start for a while. Good example is right now on my morning 5 a.m. live stream, I'm reading through Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Dr. Wayne Dyer. It is a interpretation of the Tao Te Ching. Not a translation, but an interpretation. And I bought it in 2007 and never got around to reading it. I've read several versions of the Tao, and I have since 1981 when I first got a copy of it. For some reason, though, that book, Wayne Dyer's book, and I love Wayne Dyer, couldn't get myself to read it until 29 days ago. For whatever reason, that book and that specific book called for me. I love when books find you. And they will if you're open to them. Everything will find you if you're open to it. KC says, do you have Man's Search for Meaning? I do. And I reread it during the pandemic, during the shutdown. And I just read an interesting thing that escaped me, actually. That, and this was in a different book, and I'm trying to remember what it was. And it was only a few months ago that when Frankl was released, when he was liberated from the concentration camp, him and a group of people came across, as they were walking out, they came across a field of wild flowers, absolutely beautiful. And they kept walking by. Had no meaning to them whatsoever. They couldn't appreciate it. They couldn't see any sense of awe or astonishment. And then about 2 weeks later, they were in a safe spot, and he was walking alone, and he came across another field of wildflowers, and he fell to his knees, struck by the beauty of it. And he thought about it, the difference between those two. And the difference was he was dehumanized almost to a certain point, just enough to help him survive, but not to the point where he could appreciate beauty. Not deeply so, at least. It took him 2 weeks before he felt human enough so that beauty became meaningful for him again. I don't know why that struck me so deeply. And it has a lot to do with meaning. You know, some of the early lessons in A Course in Miracles, and they tell you none of this has meaning. Look around the room, because and look at any object. Look at your body. Look at your thoughts. None of them have meaning. Because what they want to do is get us to, what the author of A Course in Miracles, whoever you believe that is, wants to strip us down to the nothingness of reality. That it has no meaning until it's assigned meaning. A lot of people get no further than those early lessons. Jacob's here. I just saw Jacob over at Leo Said So. Jacob says, greeting and blessings to you all. Hit that like button for our great friend, Mr. Yogi here. Let's get him to 30 likes today. That would be awesome. We'll see. Can we do it? Big salute, my brother, Mr. Yogi. Salute to you, Jacob. Jacob, one of the hardest workers in the game. You know what? And I love going to visit Jacob because I also see Barb, I see Wolf, I see people, non-burpee practitioners who are there and inspired by the work that Jacob does. That's pretty awesome, in my opinion. I don't see that on a whole lot of other channels. KC says it's crazy how some books refer to other books you've already read, like all the books are connected somehow. You know what? That's an excellent point. And I think you're right. I think there's a living energy to some books, which is why the perfect ones find you. Where, for whatever reason, after almost 20 years, that book sitting buried in a bookshelf, I got the particular urge to pick that one up. Only that one. And it's been a wonderful experience. Our friend Brian Lane is here. Brian, how are you? So almost every day in my nature filming, which has become a huge art form for me, I should say it's become a huge part of my practice. When I think art form, you know what? I'm just pointing the camera. Nature's doing all the artistic integrity, presenting itself to me. I'm just lucky enough to be there at the right time. And I just have it's a Canon power zoom. I just got to point it and press a button. So no skill on my end, but so all the props go to nature, that's for sure. Almost every day I do a little film of turtles at the pond, and I can't film a turtle, video turtle, without thinking of our friend Brian Lane. Brian has actually literally redefined how I look at turtles, because I see the affection that his turtles have for him. And that's sort of saying something, because I believe in the kinship of all life. see, Jacob says, I'm into fitness and burpees, but connecting and supporting is another passion. I like to engage and be part of it. It's a blessing to give, support, and love others. Man, that's so obvious, Jacob, because you just, I see you wherever you go, and you're helping people, whether it's on your channel or going to other people's channels. That's what I love seeing. I mean, that's, the same with Brian Lane and his message, what he's putting out there. I definitely feel fortunate to be part of the same community with you guys, that's for sure. Brian has broken 700 subscribers, by the way. So not all of the links that I drop work, unfortunately. I apologize for that. I am not a a channel dropping live stream. There's some great ones out there. So this is Brian's, and it's also Jacob's. Hope people check them out. There's some great live streams that do that. They drop the links. People can go and they support. They can grow their subscribers, make connections, and I hope people can make connections here. But that's really not the thing that I'm shooting for. Brian Lane says, thanks, Eric. I appreciate the support. You got it, my friend. This is sort of a free-for-all live stream. Don't know what's going to happen until it happens. And even then, we don't know where it's going to go. And that does not sit well with some people. Some people visit and they leave. Some people visit and they leave, and then they let people know that this is not it doesn't feel like a safe spot. The truth is, especially on the internet, there are no safe spots. None. Safety lies in our own mind, in our own liberation, in our own heart. And what I hope is that people can come here and explore that thought, not the concept. Let go of concepts. Let go of the concepts and conclusions that a live stream has to be a particular way, that people need to come and do this or to do that. They need to behave or even be respectful. People don't need to do anything. That doesn't mean that we're necessarily going to keep them here, but I think people weed their way in and out. You know what I mean? Cybernetics, I remember being an interesting book. Yeah, but you know what? For me, it has probably been 30 years, just about 30 years since I read it. Maxwell, actually, I think I even know where it is in the next room. I might even have another copy of something like that, one of his books, back here somewhere, if I recall correctly. Those were the early books for me that got me thinking of self-improvement. Fortunately, I let go of self-improvement. So, Casey Jones, I just subscribed to your channel for 2 reasons. I really appreciate the conversation. And 3, when I clicked on your channel and I saw the first video, 3 years ago, doesn't matter, it says mountain hike. And I thought, all right, KC knows where it's at. So if this works, guys, go visit KC. Walking with Goldie is here. Says, hi there, love the people. Hi there, love the Goldie. So yeah, let's see, Jacob says, thank you, brother Mr. Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. Classy and crazy. Hello, happy Friday, Yogi, and everyone. Happy Friday to you, Classy. And Mocha, he is here. Hello, lovely Goldie, and hello, everyone. So yeah, I've read almost every classic self-help book that you could read. And eventually, I was fortunate enough to discover the absence of a self that needed to be improved, um, which is really freeing. Doesn't mean that you can't take positive steps to be healthy, to be emotionally and psychologically sound. But if you're doing it thinking that you're improving something that really doesn't exist, that's a hard thing to get around. I'm looking for the right word. I don't want to say concept, because again, it's letting go of the concept. A self is just a concept. It's who we believe that we are. A collection of thoughts that we have every day and every day and every day. Um, and most of them are inherited from other people telling us who we were, what we are, what we're supposed to do, who we're supposed to be. And we never quite get around to letting any of that go, or even knowing that we're supposed to let it go, that we don't have to be that just because someone told us, including ourselves. Just because we're having a thought doesn't mean it's true. Just because we have an opinion doesn't mean it's true. Let's see. Jacob is subscribed to KC. Awesome. And so is Brian. Nice. See that KC's a skateboarder. Sorry, I'm just going, checking out a few more things from KC. Nice. Goldie says hi there to KC, and hi there to Brian Lane, and of course, a hi there, lovely Mocha. So, I've had the opportunity a bit to talk with Brian Lane, on some books that have been influential. What about anyone else? Casey, what about you? What's a big book for you? What would be the book for you? And when I ask that, I know I'm given perfect license to have the answer change even on a moment's notice. Maybe you'd come back tomorrow and say, you know what? I have a different book. Let's see. Our friend Brian says the seven spiritual laws of success. This is a big one for me, and I read it in '93. As a matter of fact, this is signed by Deepak to Erica Mocha. I don't remember what year that was, probably 2004, 2005. Oddly, you know what? I started reading books on yoga, books on philosophy. I mentioned before that a girlfriend's mother gave me a copy of Alan Watts' Tao, The Watercourse Way, 1981. My girlfriend at the time broke up with me, and I was heartbroken that I lost connection with her mother. As she was just all kinds of wonderful books. She gave me books on Zen. She gave me Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, and she just started me further on that journey. I mentioned several times about teach yourself yoga when I was maybe 11, and I taught myself yoga to an extent that I was capable of. And then, you know what? I started going again on that self-help journey. Till late 80s, and I read Paramahansa Yogananda's Autobiography of a Yogi. Let's see. Goldie says, what did I miss? We're just talking about books, Goldie. Let's see. Jacob says, "Hey, Brother Brian, how long did it take you to learn the psycho-style burpees? Sorry if spill, no problem. Way of the Warrior. Way of the Warrior. Dan Millman, right? Brian says, if anyone looking to rebuild life, The Way of the Warrior is a good book. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, Dan Millman. I read quite a few of Dan Millman books. Brian says, believing and knowing the Magic Twins. I'm not familiar with that. I'm going to look for it, Brian. Thanks. But this is a book that really sort of ended the whole sort of self-improvement and leading me in a different direction. That I bought it thinking it would be a good blend of spirituality and self-help, and that I would alternate those type of books in my life. Little did I know that this was an introduction to the true path of yoga that was perfect, along with Autobiography of a Yogi. And it was these early moments, early 90s through the late 80s, early 90s, that I really got to the point that I was going to dedicate my life to yoga and meditation in the way that I was capable of doing. And it's been a long surrender. Lately, past few months, it feels like more and more I'm ready to let go. Let go of what? That's a good question. I don't rightly know, but we'll find out. See, Brian says, Jacob, just like a week after watching the video of Burpee King. He's the one to watch. Brian's another one to watch, as well as Burpee Reaper. Jacob says, okay. The only reason I ask is because I want to learn that burpee variation. Thank you for answering, my brother. I'm looking forward to seeing you master that, Jacob. And I bet it's not going to take any time at all. So that's a great book selection from our friend Brian. And as we were talking about with Casey up earlier, that books have that energy. I have literally found a book that seemed like slightly out of place, like it was sticking out a bit more on my bookshelf, or even in a bookstore, and pulled it out, and it was the exact book that I needed at a given time. I've had books fall on my toe in a bookstore. I mentioned before that I was a line in a Borders bookstore in 2009, and it was a long line, when they have those books at the tables, the stands when you're aligned, so you can browse. And I just happened to pick up a copy of Christopher McDougall's Born to Run. And at the time, I was writing my own interpretation of the Tao Te Ching that I hope to get published. So I was very much immersed in the Tao, and I wasn't a competitive runner at all. I would run as conditioning for my I was training for kettlebell sport, so I would run as conditioning for that. But it was, at most maybe 2 miles, maybe 3 miles on occasion. And I opened up the book, not much interested, just curious, and it had a quote from the Tao Te Ching: "The best runners leave no trace behind." And I thought, interesting. And I skimmed through it and put the books that I was going to buy aside, and I bought Born to Run, and I think within a week or less, I declared to everyone that I was going to be an ultra runner, and I was going to run 100 miles. It didn't take me long to be an ultra runner, as I think within 6 weeks, I was already doing 20 plus miles on the trail. I had signed up for my first 50K. I did that This was in May when I got Born to Run, and in September I did my first 50K. It took me another 5 years before I got to 100, and it took me 3 failed attempts with 100 miles to finally finish it. And when I did, it was about a week after my 50th birthday. So yeah, books have power. Our friend Greg Dayton is here. Greg, hello Barb. Got to say that I feel guilty and like a fool because I come in here crying about my mental issues when you're sick with those horrible diseases. I'm very sorry for that. Hey, Greg, you know what? Any type of mental or emotional issue is just as devastating as physical. Just because we can't see it doesn't make it any less. You know, especially because it doesn't get that recognition. It doesn't get that. People don't see the suffering on the outside, so it's sometimes dismissed. So your own suffering never diminishes anyone else's suffering. And for people here, there's more than enough care, there's more than enough heart, there's more than enough love for every single person who comes in here for whatever reason. Brian says, Tao Science by Dr. Master Zhigong Shah and Dr. Roland. Not sure if I have that. I'm trying to think of some of my Qigong and Taoist books. I got tons of them. Brian says, Reborn on the Run by Corbett. Not familiar with that. What's his first name? Is it Ted Corbett? So guys, we got something to look forward to. We got Jacob is going to do some psycho style burpees, and it's an apt name. It's a very fitting name. There's a video, you can check it out, a short of Burpee Reaper doing like a ton of them. And Brian has one as well, where he's just going to town. He's just rep after rep after rep. Crazy stuff. Goldie says, hi there, Greg. Always a pleasure to see you. It is always a pleasure to see Greg. Let's see. We got some great greetings from everyone. Katra. I'm Facebook friends with Katra Corbett. As is Mocha, I believe. Yeah, that's a good, that's especially a good book for you, Brian, as she talks of her own battle with addiction. For a long time, I don't know if she still is, for a long time she was a CrossFit athlete too. She has done a crazy amount of 100-mile races. I believe well over 100. She's on a short list of those who have done 100. Let's see. Jacob says, hit the like button for our great friend, Mr. Yogi, if you enjoy his live stream. Thank you for that, Greg. And I guess if you don't enjoy the live stream, well, it would make me wonder what you're doing here hanging out with me. For those who do hang out, I don't take that for granted at all. It's much, much appreciated. Greg says, it breaks my heart, Barb, that a nice person like you gets the crappy disease. It's just not fair. That's very nice of you, Greg. And it is heartbreaking. I agree. Let's see. Brian says, aren't you friends with Johnny LaGuinness? I think so. Hold on. I am friends with Johnny. We have some breath work and yogic connections. Eric Lapointe is here. Eric, how are you? Sabine is here. Sabine, how are you, my friend? Sabine says, hi, everyone. Hope you all have a great start to this Friday. Thank you. I hope your Friday's going well, too. Eric Point says, great jug up. This sounds like a challenge. I've been practicing those and can't seem to get them down yet. They're tough. I am by no means, I can't give anyone advice on how to do them. Optimob is here. Hi, everyone. Optimob was just live, and I didn't get a chance to stop by. I wanted to. I apologize, my friend. Brian says, sometimes, Eric, you remind me of a professor with all those books, and don't forget the glasses. You should see me in my jacket with the elbow patches. I believe they're called houndstooth. Is it houndstooth jacket? Alice, welcome back, my friend. Let's see. Al Mew says fruitcake. It's an interesting statement. I'm going to be honest. I've never had a fruitcake. I've seen them. I might have even gotten them for a Christmas present. I don't know why. And I don't know whatever happened to them. They could still be in existence. You know, does a fruitcake ever expire? Once a fruitcake comes into existence, does it ever leave existence? Is it its own separate entity within a seamlessness of the universe itself? In the seamlessness of the infinite, does a fruitcake stand alone, stand apart from it all? Al Mew comes in here with a very philosophical take. He knew what he was doing, fruitcake. And now we get to ponder that, the existence of a fruitcake. So thank you for that, Al. It is Al, right? Or is it AI? Jacob says, I'll watch and study the burpee variation. Thank you all. I'm looking forward to seeing you do it, as well as Eric Lapointe. If I'm not mistaken, Eric, you did demonstrate it once, right? You did do it when you were one of your earlier, might have been your first workout that you filmed. Sabine says, good afternoon to you all. Sabine says, fine, thank you, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. Halasus says, Friday is about to end here. I'm about midway, well, less than midway through my day. It's almost, what, it's about 1:30? I'm generally in bed 7-ish, depending on how that last live stream goes. So, guys, I am still incredibly impressed by the absolute beauty of Switzerland as presented by our friend Optimob. Even the Swiss cows somehow seem better. All cows are great. This was something magical about the Swiss cows. Not that I am in any way at all diminishing Eric Lapointe's cows. Those always stand out as my favorite, Eric. I don't want to cross any borders between us. I don't want to put out any offense, that I'm playing cow favoritism. Let's see, Larodux is back. Flower is not here. Let's see. Optimob is back. Oh, maybe Flower is here. Yes, Flower is here. Sorry. Sorry I'm late. Flower is never late because when she arrives, it is the perfect day. And you know what? Tomorrow is Flower's birthday. I need to start warming up my singing voice. Optimob says, back from a walk with backs. Fine, thank you, Goldie. Goldie says, nice Timo or Timo. I think it's Timo. I just got home from town, spent the day with my daughter. Beautiful day. Awesome. And I hope it was actually a beautiful day, weather-wise, for you. Optimop says, how we say in Switzerland, Grüezi, Salut, or Hoi. Man, I mangled that. I apologize. Alice says, you remind me of the sauce. I don't know that. I don't know who that is. I don't know why. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Eric Point says, yes, my first time. Yeah, I remember you doing it. And you know what? I was impressed. Your first time filming burpees, and I thought you did really well. Optimob says, Sabina's doing the supper at the moment. She says hi to you all. Nice. Hi back to Sabine. The sauce. That's what I said. I don't recognize that name. The sauce is a YouTuber. Probably why I don't know who it is. What kind of stuff does he put out? We have the goal, as much as I ever set goals anymore, of not falling too far behind. Let's see. Optimov says, Timo. I will get it right. And we got the perfect reading here. Hello, little ray of sunshine flower. Optimov says, thank you, Eric, for your support. That is so nice. So Optimov says you pronounced it right. Which time? The first one? Timo or T? Timu. Flower says, you beat me to it about your birthday. Well, that's because I've been talking about your birthday for like 9 days now. Some great advice from Greg. Hey, Laradox, when you're driving, keep it slow. Don't want to get any tickets. And you definitely want to be safe. Thank you for that, Greg. Jacob says, hey to all I didn't say hey to. Team is here. This Spider-Man, old is glorious, glaborious, glabescent. That one lost me, team. Let's see. Let's see what team has for us today. It's always unexpected. Always makes me smile. And very, very, very often makes me laugh continuously for the rest of the day. And hey, let's go visit team if you get a chance. Cody says, Eric McCarty, It's a prompt to sing. We have until tomorrow until I actually sing. Although I know it's close to tomorrow for you. Man, don't hold me to that. I don't think anyone really wants to hear me sing. Oh, it's already her birthday here. I forgot. So happy birthday to you. That's as close as I get to singing. But you know what? I'm singing where it counts. I'm singing in my heart. And everyone's singing along with us. Let's see. The second. Timu. Okay. Jacob says, big salute to all. With a high I. T. Tai. Taimu. Taimu. I will get it. You would think an easier name would not elude me so much, but it does. Sabine says, hey, hi everyone, please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for that, my friend. 10 likes, not too bad. I take every like I can get. Charlie says, Charlie, how are you? Did I watch the debate? I did not watch the debate. I can easily get immersed in politics. And I'm doing my best to unimmerse. Unimmerse? Immerse? Let's stick with unimmerse. And not that I don't care, not that I don't have political leaning, but here's what I can do. I can vote. So I don't want to be caught up in everything until I get to vote. Because nothing I do, my fear, my worries, my stress, is not going to affect the outcome of the election, even a little bit. And here's the other thing that I can do. I can come here and not talk politics. Because you know what? That would just be who's a more clever debater. Who can get angrier? Who can push harder? Who can shove harder? What I can do is come here and be kind and considerate to everyone who comes in. And that's it. That's the extent. So I have no political message other than kindness. And you know what? That reflects my political leaning. That I want my politics to reflect kindness. I want my political leaders to reflect kindness. I don't want anyone to be left out. Anyone. I am not a Christian. However, if we wish our country to reflect the deepest teachings of Jesus, I'm all for it. If we embrace the Sermon of the Mount, if we embrace the Beatitudes, I'm all for it. If we embrace it in principle, but not political, meaning that in principle, we're living those things out, because that's just a beautiful way of living our lives. In principle, it means, or in practice, is the important thing, as long as we don't expect others to adhere to the origin of the message itself, as that is up to each and every individual. Laura says, could we watch later? I want to watch Yogi. Those are words I never thought that I would hear from a young person. I thought I might hear, do we have to watch Yogi again? Or is Yogi still on? Or why is Yogi on? Why is Yogi still talking? Does Yogi ever be quiet? Those are the things I've expected to hear. So Flower, that made my day. Paradox says, Yogi, how's your day? It's pretty good, actually. I took a little video of an Eastern Phoebe, and it's up on my YouTube page right now. I'll let you guys figure out what an Eastern Phoebe is. Paradox says, Yogi, do you believe in global warming? I do believe in global warming. Goldie says, Paradox, did you say happy birthday to Hello Flower here? Or are you only interested in playing Roblox? It's a great question. He did say happy birthday. Good. Good. And Master Sergeant, retired. Mocha says happy birthday, Flower. Mocha does everything randomly. Flower says, Miss Mocha, you keep coming in randomly. Mocha does everything randomly. Jacob says, hey, happy Flower. Hey, Flower, happy birthday. Flower says, but hey, I love it. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Miss Mocha and Sir Jacob. Paradox was watching the presidential debate yesterday live. Good. You know, important for young people to be politically engaged. It's your future at hand, my friend. Let's see. Outcome. Do you speak Russian? I do not speak Russian. I use Russian kettlebells, though. My kettlebell coach, Valery Fedorenko, was Russian. Paradox says it was Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. So that's who it is. Sabine says, oh, I say it. Happy birthday, Flower. Thank you for that, Sabine. Love seeing the love here. Paradox says, oh, I love watching your streams, Yogi. I appreciate hearing that. It is a surprise, you know. What a beautiful gesture. Eric did a short video for you, how to say my name. Send it in the mail. Thank you. Man, I don't know what it is lately. It does not take much for that emotion of gratitude to overwhelm me. I literally get misty-eyed at the littlest things. I used to be a little more stoic. Getting soft in my old age, guys. William Hart is here. William, my friend, how are you? Nice to see you. Darnak says, wait, didn't know Mocha was talking. Where is she? She pops in and out. The ways of Mocha are wise and mysterious. We never know. We never know with Mocha. How the infinite goes is how Mocha goes. Let's see. Sabine says I'm still listening too while I'm heating up our dinner. Awesome. Hey, what's for dinner in Switzerland? What are you guys eating for dinner? Flower says, it's true, Miss Mocha. She's like the wind. Can you ever know where the wind is going to blow next? Can you anticipate the wind? Can you expect the wind? All you can do is enjoy the wind on a warm summer day, the moment that it hits your brow. I'm feeling in a particularly inspired poetic mood. Maybe it's because it's Flower's birthday. We are on day 12 without Maui 87, without his mod status. It's getting harder, guys. It is getting harder for me to not do it. I like the number 16. I'm thinking there's something maybe special about the day 16, but I'm not making any promises. Let's see. Mocha, I missed that. Up above. Randomness is... Where'd that go? There it is. Randomness is the spice of life. It is. We got more birthday wishes for Flower. For the legendary Iron Flower. Flower says, everyone is so sweet. Hey, Flower, you deserve it. You've been a very kind and loving presence on the live stream for a long time. To everyone, you've been so kind to everyone. You got a big hello for everyone. So you deserve all the appreciation that you get, my friend. Laradox says, Maui Yogi is very picky on who he wants mods, and that's a very good thing. It took me a while to get there. I think some of you might remember the old days of, oh, wow, hey, welcome in. This is your first time. How would you like to be a mod? Or, hey, I notice you're not a mod. So it took me a little while to get there. Optimob says, little things make this world great. They certainly do. 100%, Optimob. Sabine here says, same here, Yogi. Walking with Goldie says, Laradox, you definitely know about this. Yes, he does. Laradox and I have had some back and forth over mod status. Never anything personal. I've never had anything but appreciation and love for our friend Laradox. Sabine says leftovers. Leftovers are an international dish. I think every nation. If you know what, if we had absolutely nothing else in common across the entire globe, except for leftovers, I think that would be enough. That would be enough. We all sat down. Everyone across the globe, we all sat down for leftovers together. Instantly, we would have world peace. Mallory says hi. Hello, my friend. Medic is here. And we got some German. Walking with Goldie says, Eric McCarty, you have a voice message. Please pay it. All right. So. Are you guys ready? Give me 1 second, guys. The video is up. I gotta wait. We're gonna have the sound.
Here's Bugs. My name is Timo. Timo Becker. My name is Timo Becker. Now you can hear it. And that's in this little video. There's Bugs. There's Sabine doing the supper. Okay, thank you for all your support, Eric. I sent you this little video. Timo. Made you a little video.
Timo.
This song is for
Oh, by the way,
never got to say goodbye.
that was the next video. That was for a Mecca, a dog that didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Just thought I'd share that as well. That was an awesome message. Absolutely awesome. Timo. Timo. I'm going to have to practice it. I got a confession to make. Now that I know it, I'm still going to probably occasionally mess it up. And that's because I occasionally mess up everything that I pronounce, including my own name. Thank you for that prompt, Goldie. I appreciate that. Eric Point says, I'm guessing leftovers. I'm guessing Swiss cheese. Aradak says, Yogi, I'm going to subscribe to your YouTube channel on all my accounts. That's appreciated, my friend. No big need, though. I'm not really, at one time I did push for subscribers because I wanted to be monetized and I pushed for watch hours. But now, I'm letting people find me on their own, a little organically, and it seems to be working pretty well. Almost every live stream, I end up with a few. I think this might be a underground live stream type of channel that would not, would not overt. Beth Bits and Pieces is here. Beth, how are you, my friend? I appreciate you being here. I just dropped a channel for Beth, and I hope it works. If you guys get the opportunity, hang out with Beth. All right, let's get caught up. If I missed, because I got away, Dottie's here. Dottie, my friend, how are you? Because I got away from things a bit. If I missed anything that you want me to make sure that I see, just let me know, or if you could type it again. I hate having people retype things. Let's see. William says, I don't know why anyone would want the additional responsibility of moderation status. I cannot manage myself. I don't want to deal with attempting to manage unspoken expectations. That's a good point. Fortunately, I have no expectations on. I have no expectations on anything on the live stream whatsoever, except I'm probably going to have fun. And let's see. Mainly, I like doing the mod for people so they can share channels and stuff. But it's not a great demanding job because you don't have to, unless you want to. You don't have to ban anyone unless you want to. If someone came to me and said, you know what, I really want to ban someone, I'd be like, you know what, if it's going to make you happy, let's go ahead. We can do it randomly. Let's see. William says, while I value all the Stoicism and Taoism teachings, I'm struggling to apply that the reality of my present moment. I'm tired of feeling adrift without a sense of direction every time. I definitely want to dive into that, William, and we will. We're going to catch up a bit with the chat, and then we're going to dive into that. Sorry that I didn't get to that right away. Now he says, okay. Let's shoot for day 16. Let's just shoot for it. I'm not saying anything special is going to happen, but let's see what happens. So Dottie says, hi, my friends, just popping in for a quickie as I'm on a break away till next week and using data from phone, and it gets gobbled up quickly. Hey, I appreciate you spending some of your data here with us. And what I want to do is, well, we have Dottie here. Let's go to her channel real quick. Dottie is at 183. And it would be awesome to see Dottie at 200, a well-deserved 200. Flower says, wait, is it McCarthy or McCarty? It's actually McCarty. But you know what? What is a little H between friends? Let's see. Laradox says, William, his religion is Christianity. You don't say. William says, I surface for air. I get walloped back down underneath the surface. Eric Point says, hey, medic, I passed out listening to your live and woke up with my phone on my chest, 1 a.m. this morning. Team says, nice to see you again, sir. Nice to see you, team. Always make me laugh. Dottie says, also updated another, uploaded another update video. Progress some more. Awesome. I have you up, so I'll be checking it out soon. Aerodox says, Flowers is type who is kind no matter what. This is true. Although, hey, she didn't get the name Iron Flower, the Iron Fisted Flower, for nothing. You do not mess with Flowers' friends. With Flowers' friends. Dodox says, us mods are not Yogi's favorites, but we are the ones he selected. Oh, I don't know about not being my favorites. Everyone here is my favorite for one reason or another. Multiple reasons. Roy says, I will contribute however I am able, and I hope it is not positively, if it is not positively affected, that I may be given an opportunity of correction. That's a great way of saying it, William, and you have contributed, and it's very much appreciated. Dodox says, I know I was kind of being rude. I wouldn't use the term rude myself. Enthusiastic, full of passion for what you love, full of passion for your understanding, wanting to share. Yes. UK Medic says farts are international too. I agree. I don't know why I agree, but I absolutely agree. They have no language other than gas. There's no accent whatsoever. All right, I'm going to sink all the way down to the bottom here, guys. I stepped aside for a moment, and sooner or later, I'm going to figure out how to do the slow the pace down. I've checked, and I can't figure it out. If anyone's a mod and they know how to do it, feel free. Therodox says, Yogi, just strolling. I think I might have missed it. Dottie has to go. The Burpee Reaper is here. I was talking about Burpee Reaper earlier. If you want to see how to do a psycho-style burpee, no one does it better than Burpee Reaper. Let's see. Walking with Goldie says, sorry, McCarty. That's okay. It's the same name with or without an H. Let's see. I have a voice message from Dottie. Give me a second, guys.
This word, what I can't pronounce, and I think I will never learn it in my life. It's a word, squirrel. Squirrel.
And that's not bad.
Squirrel, yes. Squirrel. I can't.
I just dropped
I tried, but I can't.
That's
Squirrel.
works.
Okay, now you have fun. Thank you that you try to pronounce my name right. You do it right, and it's everything is okay. And I try to help. Yes, I have
Sorry, guys.
some colleagues sometimes from other countries, and so I have to help them to pronounce something right. Not
I
to
missed,
of course, I
because I
correct
got
them,
away,
but
Donnie's
not
here.
to
Donnie, my friend, how are you?
make fun of
Because
it
I got
or
away
so.
from
No,
things a bit.
because it's important if you do something not good, then you can, and everybody, so you can. Me is English or other language, of course.
How are you, my friend? Absolutely awesome. That was me in the background as well, by the way. You guys got a double dose of Yogi.
It's a word. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Now we're getting it again. Thank you for that. What a beautiful message. I think he did pretty well with squirrel, by the way.
Thank you that you try to.
There we go. All right, guys. I'm diving back in. Going all the way to the bottom. Leo said so is here. Leo, my friend, how are you? Leo says, I appreciate the welcome and support, Brother Reaper. You already know how we do it, bro. Thank you, man. Man, it was great seeing all of you guys over at Leo Said So's live stream. Let's see. Reaper says you got to learn how to put it on a sawmill. Yeah, I wish I knew how to do it. So what did I miss? I scroll through. Hey, William. Here's the wonderful thing about the Tao. Wonderful thing about the Tao Te Ching. There's no way to practice it wrong. It's just about relaxing and relaxing and relaxing as your truth self. And a lot of times we find ourselves saying, well, what is my true self? It doesn't matter. It's revealed through the process of life. It's revealed through the process of simply being. And even the appearance of the ego, even the appearance of sinking and swimming, rising to the top again, it's all just appearances within the Tao itself. You can't do it wrong. You can't do it wrong. So my big discovery on suffering is it's okay to suffer, but it's psychological. Pain is real. Pain is reality. Conditions we find ourselves in are reality. But suffering itself is an addition to it. It's when we start pushing things away, when we say, I don't want this. And it happens in the spiritual path as well. I don't want this. I want to be enlightened. Don't want this. I want to be something better. I want to be less reactive. I want to be more responsive. I want to be more Zen-like. I want to be deeper in my yogic practice. I want better meditation. And we find ourselves suffering because that's not where we are now. Where we are right now is just where we are right now. And it doesn't need to be anything other. And just that realization alone, everything gets a little bit easier. Just a little bit. And sometimes a little bit is just enough. Let's see. Sabine says, yes, I actually heard myself with your channel on as well. Yeah, it was coming in all directions. That was a lot of yogi all at once. I'm surprised people didn't just run from the room screaming. So, all right. So Goldie, can I? Is it right to play it here live, or you want me to wait? Paradox is going to stop trolling. Well, then, what would you What would you do if you stopped trolling? So, all right, guys, I'm back on track. All right, Goldie says, please play it. Here we go, guys.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear flower. Happy birthday to you. And now a funny one, which I used to annoy my daughter with. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey!
It was not very long. Happy birthday to Flower. Special birthday song from our friend Goldie directly to Flower. But hey, guys, I hope you're smiling as much as I am at that beautiful, lovely gesture from Goldie for our beautiful, lovely Flower, the iron-fisted Flower. Eric LaPointe says, I love it, Goldie. It was absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Off the Mob says, Timo says, great Goldie. MF Dreadson, I saw you come in earlier, and sorry, I did get a chance to say hi, and welcome. Welcome, my friend. I apologize for that. Our friend Wolf is here. I am in desperate need of a slow-mo live stream. We got some burpee luminaries in the house. You can say what you want to about my live stream, but you cannot deny the burpee greatness that is present today. We got the one and only MF Dreadson in the house. We got the legendary Reaper. We got the up-and-coming legendary Jacob. We got the burpee Zen master of nasal breathing, Leo said so. We got the wood splitter himself, Eric LaPointe. And we got some old guy called Yogi. Does a few burpees now and then, every so often. It's a pretty impressive list, guys. The Brotherhood showing out. Yeah, definitely. This room, this collected burpeedom has some pretty massive rep numbers behind them. Welcome with Goldie says, thank you, everyone. You are very kind. However, today is the birthday girl's day. Lodoc says his cousin's friend is having surgery, sending prayers his way. Flower says also thanks to Miss Goldie. Lodoc says James Cameron, if you set your goals ridiculously high and it's a failure, you will feel above everyone else's success. Or you could measure your own success based upon your heart and nothing else. Just a different way of looking at it. Veradoc says it's raining so hard. So, you know what? Speaking of that, that's a good quote from Laradox. You know, you can set that goal. However, my own thought, and I'm doing my best to live that here on my YouTube channel, YouTube's particularly, or live streams particularly, is letting go of that idea of success. Every once in a while we get one person say, hey, that really helped me, or I feel a little happier now, or that made me smile, or thanks for being understanding, thanks for listening. And not just to me, to anyone in the chat. Someone might say that. Someone might say, to Jacob, to Brian, to Goldie, to Greg, to Laradox, to Flower, whoever, everyone here. Thanks for that. Thanks for saying that, because everyone puts in their care, their input, their emotions, their love. So if that alone happens, doesn't it mean the live stream was a success? Laradox says you're caught up. I am caught up. Now, however, I am caught up, but I do feel like I missed a bunch of stuff up above, so I apologize. I see that MF Dredson says lunch break. I knocked out a thrower warm up and 100 one pump rocking chairs. Awesome. Rocking chairs are not something I've spent a lot of time doing. Wolf says, raining here also. Went to store, came back as soon as I got the first load in the house. It started. So the rest will have to wait in the car. Hey, as long as nothing's going to be spoiled. Flower says it's dry here. It's dry here as well. I think it's going to stay that way. It was also really nice after days of where it actually reached 100 degrees. It got, at least when we were walking, it might have approached 80 by the end of the walk, which after 100 feels wonderful. A nice breeze going. Let's see. So now that I'm caught up, I can just sort of skim up above for a little bit. So the question is, Laradox says, am I trolling? And if you have to ask, you probably are. And then you have to ask, are you okay with that? Let's get back down to the bottom. So if you think you're trolling, you probably are. And the question is, if you enjoy being part of the chat, are you helping the flow of the chat, or are you helping yourself? One of my all-time favorite quotes. And let's bring it up, if you guys don't mind. I always come back to this. Rumi is the great Sufi Persian poet. And he says, sell your cleverness for bewilderment. Imagine that. Imagine if we always think we're being clever, what we do, our response, our reactions. We always think that, and it's always the ego thinking it's being clever. But if you sold your cleverness for bewilderment, where you were just astonished at the world, that we didn't know anything. We didn't know anything other than we're simply overwhelmed by the beauty of the world. I love that word, astonishment. I have a friend, he's got a YouTube channel, and he's written a number of books, James Plath. And my favorite book by him and his YouTube channel is The Institute of Advanced Astonishment. And his book was The Gospel of Astonishment. Astonishment is such a beautiful way of going through life, that you're just simply surprised at being surprised. at how beautiful the world is. And you live in that mystery of not knowing anything. So it's always the ego that thinks it's being clever. It's always the ego that thinks this is going to be funny, or let me say this, so let me say that, let me get a reaction. And a lot of people love coming here to try to get a reaction out of me. And it's such a good opportunity for me to see if I have a reaction, not to be reactionless, because if I have a reaction, I'll certainly put it out there. But I can take my time and I can sort of look within and say, do I have a reaction? And usually it's a smile. Usually it's, I get to laugh. I get to laugh at the absurdity of it all. Camus, was it Camus who talked about living in the absurdity of the world? Let's see. Leo says, so Yogi, thoughts on training in high altitude? I feel like a machine, just getting in some work in Reno. They always say, train at altitude, perform at sea level. That's where the magic happens. Sea level, altitude training takes you to another level. But guess what? When you're doing the nasal breathing, you're training yourself in the same way as doing high altitude training. So you're getting a double dose, Leo. You're getting high altitude training. And even when you're back in LA, because you're doing the nasal breathing, you're training that high altitude, because you're restricting the amount of air that you get in, because your nose acts as a natural filter, which is great for a number of reasons, because you're keeping out the impurities, you're keeping the mouth from getting dry. If you breathe through that mouth, you get really dry mouth, which is a bad sign. It damages the lungs because you're taking in that gush of air. But at the same time, if you train this way for a month, 2 months, test yourself on regular breathing and see how your reps improve. I meant to do that, but I never got around because I enjoy the nasal breathing so much. Let's see, there Doc says the power just went out, and Yogi, this is bad. Yeah, it's normal for flour. Let's see. Greg says, hey, Eric, the host, Trump is going to win and the country is in big trouble. Well, I don't know what to say to that, Greg. I'm aligned with you. I do my best not to talk politics here. I like talking about ideals because I think we can all get behind ideals. I think if we all talked about what we would like for each other, we would all be in perfect agreement. If someone said, you know what, I'd like to be able to afford my insulin, I don't see anyone saying no. I think we should pay big pharmaceutical companies much, much more money. I think if we all talked about equitable taxes, we'd all probably pretty much agree. But man, when we start getting names, when we start putting political parties and candidate names in, then we start getting tribal. Someone says, you know, no, my guy is this guy or whatever. This is why I always keep coming back and saying my politics is the same as my religion, and it is kindness. Let's see, Mr. Fobohobic. I think I got it right the last time you came in, my friend. And then I just proceeded to mess it up. I apologize. Hello, my friend. Appreciate you coming in. Paradox, I thought you were in a separate part of the United States from what you once told me. Greg says, won't go politics again. Hey, you know what? No problem. I'd I don't mind someone, nothing's really off limits. But man, nothing gets people more tribal, ready to wag their fingers. And trust me, guys, you do not want to see me wag this finger. My entire purpose of training burpees is to keep my wagging finger in shape. If I pull it out, you guys are in trouble. And if it starts wagging once, it ain't going to stop. Not just politics. I'm going to wag my finger across the board. I'm going to wag it on everything. The only one in this room older than me is Greg. And if Greg and I team up, two old guys, we are going to chase you off of our yard. We're going to break out the garden hose. Greg's going to have a rake in one hand. I'm going to have a garden hose in my other. So, guys, nothing but trouble. Eric LaPointe says, no comment. Eric LaPointe and I might be on the other side of the fence politically, and it absolutely makes no difference to me whatsoever. Eric LaPointe and I are on this, we don't have a fence. We have a friendship. That's what counts. I refuse to put a fence in between my friendship with anybody. I have before. I don't ever want to do it again. The political season is when, guys, you think live stream and people coming in and saying unpleasant things to me is difficult. It's a piece of cake. The political season is going to be my true test of forgiveness, not towards my friends, not towards my family, nothing ever to forgive, but myself, my own. Can I be forgiving whatever happens across the board? Media and everything. That's the thing. Leo says, wag that finger, bro. It's a burpee train. No one wags a finger better than an old guy doing burpees. It's a dangerous situation. Not for me. I'm hydrated. I'm ready to go, guys. Not only I'm hydrated, I'm warmed up. I am ready to wag. I'm a nasal breather wagon. There's nothing more dangerous than someone who does his nasal breathing while he's wagging his finger, because I can go on all day long. Laradox says, please pray. Prayers are with you, Laradox. I don't know where you are because I don't see any tsunami in effect. But hey, prayers to you. See that? Leo said so. He's got his finger out, ready to do some wagging. Mr. Phobotic says, people are turning into zombies, no consciousness, just follow something blindly. I agree with that, 100%. You know what? I agree. Little different way of looking at it. We are born young, well, obviously young. We're born innocent. Without concept, without thought, without beliefs, without opinions. And we inherit them through the world. Parents, teachers, clergy, media, books, we inherit all this stuff. None of it being true. But we end up believing it, and more than just believing it, we think we're being unique. We think it's ours and ours alone. And it isn't. It's just thoughts. Just thoughts. And in any moment, you can return to the originality of simply being. And once you do, you see everything more clearly. You see what's important. What's important is always, can I love this? And the answer is always yes. Greg says, pretty soon it's going to need a walker. As long as you have one hand free to hold that rake in your hand to chase kids off your yard. Let's see. Okay, I'm sorry, Flower. I missed your message. Flower says, I'm sleepy. Bye, Yogi. Have a nice day. You have a nice day, too. The rest of your day. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying your birthday so far, my friend. Leo said, so hell yeah, bring each other up, not the other way around. Exactly. And that's, it's a wonderful thing about the burpee community. You've never had anyone show up on a live stream and say, man, I hope he doesn't get all those reps. I hope he doesn't beat my PR. I hope he doesn't get more reps than me. It's the opposite. Cody says, bye, lovely hello flower, and happy birthday again. Oh, wow. Wolf says, I stand corrected. Yogi, I beg to differ. I'm the oldest in the chat at 71. So true. Greg, is it 70 days now from 70? But you know what? Wolf has young energy, so it throws me off. No, let me take that back. Wolf has timeless energy, infinite energy, or the energy of the infinite itself. And we got all kinds of wonderful birthday emojis. Flower says she didn't know that Wolf was 71. That's new. Let's see. Mr. Phobotic says, Phobotic. I'll get it. We were born with mortality, at least. Is that morality, at least? Do you think so? I think we talked about this at one time. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure that we were. I'm not sure if we were born with morality, because morality is a concept. But we were born with kindness, which is innate. Kindness isn't morality. Kindness is just the heart. Love. We were born in and as and of love. And love trumps everything. Flower says she's got to go. Bye. Technically, she says bye. That was a birthday present for Flower. Me saying bye. I do not say that for anyone else. Go what he says. See, Wolf, you run. He did. I think Flower's still the youngest. She has the PR for being the youngest. Greg says, hey, Wolf, thank you for making me feel better. I'm younger than you by a year and a month or so, right? Gordy says, bye, lovely Flower. Flower says, oh my gosh, I just went outside. There's a huge storm. Be safe, my friend. You might not want to go outside. Optimob. Timu says, see you, greetings. Take care, my friend. I'm going to watch the replay of your live stream a little bit later this afternoon, in between this live and the next one. Daradox posted photos on your community page. Optimob says, bye, everyone. Speed says, bye, Flower. Hey, guys, enjoy your meal. Enjoy your dinner. Let's see. Leo said, friendly competition keeps it going. Don't know how many times I've tried harder because I saw a brother putting in major reps. And that's the wonderful thing, is because you want them to get more reps so you can get more reps on your own. Yeah, that kind of pushing, a whole another ballgame, a whole different type of energy. Jacob says, bye, Flower. Enjoy your birthday and stay blessed. Thank you, Jacob. Sabina is off as well. I appreciate you both coming in. Let's see. Wolf says I have mentioned that before. You have, and I do remember. Jacob says I'm only in competition with myself to become better than who I was yesterday. Greg says yes, 70 days, and we'll be 70. 70 to 70. Optimus says goodbye. Take care, my friend. Hey, Mr. Poopinator. He snuck in. I didn't see. Mr. Poopinator says, good afternoon, Eric and chat. Let's see. Speed says, goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Yogi. It was a nice chat. Nice live stream. We'll see us. Take care, everyone. Take care, my friend. It was a nice live stream. Mr. Poopinator says, fart from your bro. As a matter of fact, I need y'all on the chat to let it rip this Friday afternoon. So we're talking about it being a nice live stream, and I'm wondering, would that improve the quality of the live stream, or would it detract from the quality of the live stream? You guys let me know. Jacob says, blessings to you, Sabine. Eric Point says, I think we were born with innocence because we can be unkind or kind without knowing. Because you can be unkind or kind without knowing. Yeah. I'm in agreement with Eric Lapointe. You know what? Here's the thing. We can return to innocence in a moment. We can let go of every single concept. We can let go of all of our opinions. And it doesn't mean that they disappear. It means that we become the witness to those opinions, that we become a witness to concepts and thoughts and beliefs. And then we get to really make a choice. If we know that we're witness to them, that they came along, that we inherited them, now we can start thinking, what do I want to do? Do I really want to keep this? Do I really want to continue believing this? Because it's not mine. Someone gave it to me. How many people have really, really examined every single one of their beliefs? Religious, political, moral, from the littlest to the biggest. Just really looked at it. And if you were to ask yourself, who would I be without it? How would I act without this belief? How would I act without this thought? The best way for me, you ask those questions, self-inquiry, but also I've done the pointing exercise experiment. When we point and we see our innate emptiness, the nothingness that allows everything to come into existence, that emptiness is truly capacity for everything to happen, then you're completely innocent. You've returned to your original innocence. Was it St. Paul who wrote about original innocence? I don't remember. Let's see. According to Pope John Paul II, original innocence is a mystery of human existence before knowledge of good and evil. It's returning back to the garden. It is a mystery that part of the dimension of grace and the mystery of creation. Absolutely beautiful. He said that in 1980. However, it goes further than that. I need to dig into this. We'll talk about it more when I have more information, unless someone else has some information. Let's see. So, yeah, I love things like that, like the comment that Eric made, because it can take us deeper and deeper as we start to think about it. Mr. Poopinator says, Yogi, you're glowing on this Friday afternoon. It's because we had the big celebration for Flower's birthday. And we had some awesome singing. And we had some great, great videos sent from our friend Timo on how to say Timo. And more than that, it was just such a kind gesture from a new friend from Switzerland. You know how amazed I am when I get a a voice message from our friend Goldie in Transylvania, Romania, when I get a chance to talk with Bumblebee T in Great Britain, when I get an email from Timu for just a simple thing, how to say my name properly, and that he has a hard time saying squirrel. Who wouldn't glow? Hey, I get a friend, Mr. Poopinator, comes in here almost every day and is asking for the simplest thing in the world. Just wants to hear me fart. I feel like such a mean-spirited person when I don't give it to him. But man, I can't bring myself to do it. For one, I'd hurt myself. I would, because I want to please a friend so much, I would literally burst blood vessels in my eyes to try to please a friend. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see an injured Yogi. Jacob says, well, Eric Point says, hello, Mr. Poop. So how can you not glow when you get hello, Mr. Poop from Eric Lapointe? Did Eric Lapointe wake up this morning and think, sometime today, I'm going to say hello, Mr. Poop? How could you ever expect that? That's what my friend James Path said when he talks about astonishment, the gospel of astonishment. Every single bit of it. The fact that, you know what, we had an extended conversation about finger wagging, and that I got full support from Leo Said So on training for finger wagging. So, Leo, speaking of Leo said, Sir Yogi, thank you for stopping by early to support. I appreciate it, sir. Have a great day, brother. You too, my friend. And always, whenever I get a chance to see any of you guys live, I'm going to do my best to get there. Leo said, Yogi the goat. Thank you, my friend. Jacob says, stay blessed, my brother. Leo, big salute to you. Definitely big salute. And says he did really great today on your live stream. Yeah, he did. Hitting those 5 pumps, as well as, I don't think I've ever seen anyone with as much flair on those rocking chairs before. Leo says, thank you, brother. You're a beast. That is game recognizing game. That is Leo recognizing Jacob. Let's see. Jacob says, thank you for the love, brother, and ready to get some huge reps with you, brother Leo. Hey, did you guys pick a day? When are you going to do that? Eric Point says, that makes 2 things I didn't expect to say today. What was the first thing? Jacob says, almost at 20 likes. Wow, yeah, 17, right? Mr. Yogi, hit that like button for our great friend, Mr. Yogi. Thank you. Much appreciated, Jacob. Eric Lapointe offers a salute to our Burpee brothers. Goldie says 18. Thank you for that. Awesome. Eric Lapointe said this morning, this is true. I forget about those morning conversations we have. Leo says, when we heal, hopefully, soon for sure. Have a great day, guys. You're moving well, Leo. So that's a good sign. And Jacob, how's your elbow doing? So I think we'll probably talk for about 5 more minutes. So, you know what? And I had a good time this chat. I'd like it when we can reach out to each other. Small ways that are meaningful, like singing for someone. You know, man, a gift of a song is a truly a gift. Sending a video, just conversations, helping each other, as well as laughing. I truly enjoy every single live stream, difficult ones and the easy ones. As I mentioned before, with our friend Team coming in, who's a stand-up comic in Las Vegas, and he tries out his routines, tries out his jokes at live streams, and of course doesn't always get appreciated for the effort. And the fact that he was welcome to do so here. So now when he comes in, I'm seeing a friend. Everyone gets an opportunity. Doesn't mean everyone gets to stay or will stay or whatever. Everyone gets an opportunity. Because there were certainly times in my life when I might not have deserved an opportunity. I could have been pretty bratty when I was a kid. And unfortunately, I was a kid longer than I should have been. I mentioned before, my teenage years lasted until I was 30, meaning that when I started going to bars, I kept going to bars. I kept acting like an idiot, even as I was thinking I was making progress. Here I was, a serious student of meditation, a serious student of yoga, and yet every single night I was going to a bar. I'd wake up the next morning and do my workout with a trash can next to the squat rack. But I kept showing up. I kept showing up at the bars. And who knows, that would have lasted until I killed myself or I hurt someone else further in a permanent way. Because I wasn't even trying to quit. I wasn't even entertaining the thought. Until maybe it was all those years of practice kicking in. Maybe it was just pure dumb luck. Maybe it was a moment of grace from whatever thought of God that we have in our heart. I think you guys could probably guess which one I resonate the most with. And everything changed. So from that point on, what can you do except extend that grace further and further? If you're given grace, if you're ever in your life given a moment of grace, and we are, every single one of us are going to be given that moment of grace. The only thing you can do with it, truly, is keep extending it. Offer it to someone else. So how can I ever possibly judge you don't deserve this moment of grace because you said something mean to me? You said something nasty. I don't think that's funny. Just concepts. Can I let the concepts go just for a bit? Just for a moment, a single moment. And in A Course in Miracles, they call it the holy instant. When you're looking again at the world and at your brothers and at your sisters in their original innocence, before I have a judgment about them, before I enter my thoughts and my beliefs and my opinions about anyone or anything, can I rest in that holy instant and welcome someone? Now, the very next instant, I might say, well, it's not going to work out. I'm not at that point right now. Or it's not worth it to everyone here. That obviously this person, and I think we've seen very few people who just for whatever reason, it just wasn't clicking. That it was completely throwing the energy out of whack. But no one ever asked anyone to leave. If you notice, it seems that people come and they stay, and then some people just sort of get on the sidelines, or they find someplace else. What can we do? What can I do? Honestly, if someone says, hey, Yogi, I think things might be better if we did this, always willing to listen. You guys let me know. So, that's a good note to end things on. For now, I'll be back. 2 hours. Ish. But I appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate 18 likes. Thanks, guys. And I appreciate Jacob for his tireless effort in helping me get there. And he does it in such a kind and enthusiastic way. I think people might come in and say, you know what? I wasn't going to hit the like button, but man, Jacob, he asked so nicely. He's such a great guy. He's so enthusiastic. Even though I don't like Yogi personally, even though he's making absolutely no sense whatsoever, and he can't even say my name, I'm going to go ahead and hit that like button anyway. I'm not doing it for Yogi. I'm doing it for our friend Jacob. That's pretty awesome. So if that's the case, even better. So Jacob says, doing all right for the most, brother Mr. Yogi. Awesome. Hope it stays that way. Keep icing it when you feel you need to, before you need to. Goldie says, walking with Goldie says, thank you for the lovely live and chat. Thank you for making it lovely. Let's see. And Jacob says, thank you for having me on your live stream once again, brother. Mr. Yogi, it was an honor. Big salute to you, Mr. Yogi. Big salute to you, my friend Jacob. Jacob's the newest mod. And just so well deserved. Such a good guy. Eric Point says, another great live and a thumbs up. Thank you, Eric. And again, as I've mentioned before, the reason why it's ever a great live is because I got some great friends showing up just to hang out for a little bit of time. So, Jacob says, hit the like button for our great friend, Mr. Yogi, to enjoy his live streams. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. And guys, I'll be back. That's a warning. I'll be back. Guys, take care.